Good morning, class. This is your teacher, Miss Judy NC Patachio. Today, welcome to ICT 10 subject, 4th quarter, week 7. Our learning objective for this morning is identify what is computer communications. The lesson that we are going to discuss this morning is about computer communications. So what is computer communications? Although computers communicate on many different levels and there is a great deal of variation between the different types of computer systems involved, the basic communication process is relatively uniform and standardized. Essentially, computers communicate with one another over networks that are connected via wire or wireless communication methods. There are many different types of networks, and there are many different types of network connection methods as well. As mentioned before, there are many types of networks. From smallest to biggest, the most common network types are personal area network, local area network, campus area network, metropolitan area network, and wide area network, global area network, and internet work. The basic difference between these network types is their size. How many remote computer systems are connected to them, and their method of connection. Methods of connection commonly used. There are many different types of connection media that are used in contemporary society to connect computer networks to one another. In terms of wired connection, there is a coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, USB cable, and traditional telephone lines. These are the most common network connections. Wireless technologies differ hugely from one another, but the most popular kinds are Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So how networks, computers, and network. General network techniques. When computers communicate on a network, they send out data packets without knowing if anyone is listening. Computers in a network all have a connection to the network, and that is called to be connected to a network bus. What one computer sends out will reach all the other computers on the local network. For the different computers to be able to distinguish between each other, every computer has a unique ID called the MAC address or the Media Access Control address. This address is not only unique on your network but unique for all devices that can be hooked up to a network. The MAC address is tied to the hardware and has nothing to do with IP addresses. Since all computers on the network receive everything that is sent out from all other computers, the MAC address is primarily used by computers to filter out incoming network traffic that is addressed to the individual computer. When a computer communicates with another computer on the network, it sends out both the other computer's MAC address and the MAC address of its own. In that way, the receiving computer will not only recognize that this packet is for it, but also who sent this data packet, so a return response can be sent to the sender. In an Ethernet network, as described here, all computers hear all network traffic since they are connected to the same bus. This network structure is called the multi-drop. One problem with this network structure is that when you have, or let's say then 10 computers on a network and they communicate frequently, and due to that they send out data packets randomly, collisions occur when two or more computers sends data at the same time. When that happens, data gathers corrupted and has to be resent. On a network that is heavy loaded, even the resent packets collide with other packets and have to be resent. In reality, this soon becomes a bandwidth problem. If several computers communicate with each other at high speed, they may not be able to utilize more than 25% of the total network bandwidth, since the rest of the bandwidth is used for resending previously corrupted packets. The way to minimize this problem is to use network switches. Now let's proceed to the setup of a DSL or cable connection. To set up a digital subscriber line of the DSL or cable connection, you first need an account with an internet service provider or with the ISP. For DSL, the ISP is usually a phone company. For cable, it is usually a cable TV provider. You will also need a modem, a router, or a device that combines the two. When you have your modem and router or your combination device, follow the corresponding steps below. So the picture on your screen shows how to combine a modem and a router. So now let's proceed to how to plug in a combined modem and router properly. So first, you need to plug the device into an electrical outlet. Second, you need to plug one end of a phone cord or cable into the wide area network or the one port of the device, and then plug the other end into the wall jack. The one or the wide area network port should be labeled. For example, DSL users do not use a DSL filter on the phone line. Then third, plug one end of an Ethernet cable into the local area network or the LAN port on the device, and then plug the other end into the networking port of the computer that you want to connect to the internet. The LAN port should be labeled. For example, if you are connecting wirelessly, skip this step. The next, start or restart the computer. Then open the Connect to the Internet wizard by clicking the Start button, clicking Control Panel, click Network and Internet, click Network and Sharing Center, click Set up a connection or network, and then click Connect to the Internet. So how to plug in modem and router properly? First, you need to plug the modem into an electrical outlet. Then plug one end of the phone cord or cable into the modem and plug the other end into the wall jack. For example, DSL users do not use a DSL filter on the phone line. Then plug one end of an Ethernet cable into the modem and plug the other end into the wide area network port on the router. Then plug the router into an electrical outlet. Plug one end of an Ethernet cable into the local area network port on the router and plug the other end into the networking port on the computer that you want to connect to the internet. Or if you are connecting wirelessly, skip this step. Then next, start or restart the computer. Then open the Connect to the Internet wizard by clicking the Start button, clicking Control Panel, clicking Network and Internet, then clicking Network and Sharing Center, clicking Set up a connection or network, and then clicking Connect to the Internet. Identify safety procedures and potential hazards for users and technicians. Safety in the lab and in the workplace is an important issue when working on computers and other electrical devices. General safety guidelines and fire safety guidelines protect the technician and the equipment. General safety guidelines. So you need to follow the basic safety guidelines to prevent cuts, burns, electrical shock, and damage to eyesight. As a best practice, make sure that a fire extinguisher and first aid kit are available in case of fire or injury. Installing network cables, whether copper or fiber optic, can be dangerous. Often cables must be pulled through ceilings and walls where there are unexpected obstacles or toxic materials. You should wear clothing that protects you from these materials. For example, wear a long pants, a long sleeve shirt, sturdy shoes that cover your feet and gloves. Most importantly, wear safety glasses and if possible, ask building management or someone responsible for the building if there are any dangerous materials or obstacles that you need to be aware of before entering the ceiling area. Cable cutters, and cutting safety hazards. All levels of technicians should know the hazards before working with network cables and equipment. This section describes the safety hazards of working with copper cables, which, like fiber optic cables, can be dangerous to handle. Caution! When handling cable, always wear eye protection. Never touch the ends of any type of cable to bare skin. And when you cut copper cable, the small copper strands can puncture your skin or can cut you. The small pieces that some of after cables are cut often fly into the air. And remember to always wear safety glasses when cutting any type of cable. The cutting and crimping tools used to repair set of terminate copper cables can be dangerous if not used properly. So read the instruction that comes with the tool, practice using the tool on scrap cable, and ask an experienced installer for help if you need it. Remember that copper cable conducts electricity. A faulty equipment, static electricity, or lightning can energize even a disconnected cable. If in doubt, test the cable you are working on with a simple voltage detector before touching it. Then let's proceed to preparing technical reports. So the main purpose of a technical report is to deliver information. Technical reports are intended primarily for the long-term archival of results and descriptions and for monitoring the conditions of laboratory facilities such as the computer, network status, and other hardware facilities. A good report needs careful planning. As part of the planning stage, you should answer the following questions. So, what is the report about? What are you trying to say? So, you should arrange these things so that the key facts and conclusions are very accessible. Not everyone will read the whole report, so ensure that your message is concise even if a person only skims the document. Who are you writing for? It is simply impossible to write a technical document that will be equally easy for everybody to read. So the level of explanation you need for an expert audience is totally different from the explanation needed for readers who are unfamiliar with the subject. So it is absolutely essential that you identify the potential readers, the professional group, not the individuals, and then before you start your work. The next question is how long can the report be? So it is difficult to predict in advance exactly how long a report will be. Technically speaking, writing reports for hardware and other facilities should be specific and itemized. A hardware report can help you to identify the hardware components inside your computer, your CPU memory, your motherboard, and others. Then understand conflicting hardware inside your computer and have the computer repair person to understand your computer with a written, detailed hardware report. So therefore, he can find the missing drivers faster, for example. So that's all for our lesson this morning. I hope you enjoy and you learn a lot. Thank you for listening. For your activity and for your quiz, just follow the GAITF link on your screen. Once again, good morning and have a nice day.